Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna make an update video on several things. I haven't posted a video for several days. I tried to make one the other day, but I just couldn't get into the mood. But anyways, I'm gonna give up, instead of making it about one thing, just a little bit about a lot of things. But first I want to thank all those who watched my video on Hawaii, Lahaina, Hawaii. It's such a sad incident. And thank you for watching and chiming in. That I think has been my, right out of the chute, my biggest hitter video so far. I mean, I have videos that are around the 100,000 views range, but I've had them up for like 10 years or something like that. It's like in 3 days I had like 3,000 hits, and it just goes to show that was a hot topic. So thank you, everybody. On the keto diet front, I just wanted to give you a little update. I've kind of backed off some of the strictness of it. I really have the keto diet and intermittent fasting to thank for getting me off my plateau that I hit and helped me get down another 10 pounds. I could not break about the 195 range or something until I did the keto, and now I'm at a new low today, or yesterday. I had a big meal last night. I haven't weighed myself today, but so I'm probably up a few pounds, but yesterday I got down to 182. And after my incident at the time of my incident I keep talking about, my wife tells me, don't keep talking about that. I was about 122, so I've lost about 40 pounds. Let me see if you can tell. I don't know. But I'm not stopping, but that a lot of that I give credit to keto. Well, I mean, all kinds of things, but my wife's, I'm strictly obeying, I mean, eating her food and her diet and having like a salad every day, and I'm doing the intermittent fasting, and I probably don't eat my first meal until about 2 p.m. And I'm not strict in between meals, but I try to watch what I eat. Yeah, I mean, I'll have a fistful of raw nuts or two, or some. My wife's found some wonderful popcorn that's only got salt on it, and so. But I'm also trying to watch my salt, so. Anyways, things are going good in that department. I'm trying to do all the right things, but I could not get my blood pressure down into the range I wanted to, and then I had a third or fourth try from my doctor. I think it's chlorthalazone, I think is the drug. And he put me on 25 milligrams, and then I was reading up on it, and there's a lot of negative effects that scare me, and it said the blood pressure lowering effects are just as effective at a half dose, and yet the negatives are lower at the half dose. So for the last 3 or 4 days, I've jumped to the half dose, and I'm still getting my low blood pressure. But then the low blood pressure kind of makes me dizzy, and I don't know what to do. And now I'm considering going to half dose every other day. It says that the medication, I looked it up on Wikipedia, it says that like stays in your system for like 3 or 4 days. So I'm gonna try half dose every other day, maybe. So I skipped today, and I'm still feeling, I don't know, the effects of it. And I've been eating my garlic like I told you about, but that has been keeping my blood pressure really low, and I'm pleased about that. So I'll keep an eye on that, keep you posted. What else? We talked about Hawaii. Oh, I want to talk to you. Man, what in the world is we got here? Like a Hells Angels convention or something. We've got a graveyard over here just a little ways, and a lot of it, sometimes I see them going up my street, and it looks like a funeral procession. I don't know if this was or not. But anyways, I don't want to say too much about it. I'll probably get if I did, I'd get this video pulled, and we're still in that state. We don't have the freedom of speech on this platform, or very few others, but Pandemic 2.0, I hear, is on the way, and I'm hoping we'll all be strong. Yeah, when it comes to the pokety poke, I'd made up my mind like a decade ago, because I had to get one to be able to fly to Africa for yellow fever, and I got so sick. I said never again. And so I made up my mind a long time ago, and I've never regretted it since. I'll just say, at my church, I met one guy who has never had a jabbity jab, stickety stick, pokety poke. He's like as strong as a horse. So take that with a grain of salt. There's a great book on the history of the polio jab. If you ever get that, it's a great read. I have not read it myself. I've just heard it, like the author talk about it on a podcast, and I just it was very enlightening. Let's see. It's like, yeah, they're trying to bring back the mask, trying to bring back the social distancing, trying to bring back all those things that didn't work, and I'm hoping everybody will be strong. Stick to your convictions, and I am inspired by those that do. I wasn't a crazy fan of him until this. I was a big Roger Federer fan when he was playing tennis, but after he retired, Djokovic was number one, and even maybe before Roger retired. But then when it came to the pokety poke, I just have so much respect for that guy. Doesn't matter how much money. Money is not the issue when it comes to his freedom of choice on those things. I just love that. I know what I'm going to say. Presidential debates. We just had the first Republican presidential debate, and I didn't watch it. I did listen to a reaction video or two, and I did watch a little bit of the Tucker's interview of President Trump, and I haven't got to all that yet too either, but I love that. And I think it was a brilliant move by Trump to not participate in that 8-man debate in a 2-hour format. Let's divide it up. It would get maybe 15 minutes, and everyone would be attacking him. What did he stand to gain? 0. And he's like at 60% or something like that. What did he stand to gain by going on to that ridiculous debate? Nothing. But on the hopeful side, even if, let's say, Trump doesn't get I think he will get the nomination, but let's say he did lose. There's one person on the on the Democratic side that I could live with, RFK Jr. I love that guy. I don't agree with him on everything, but I doubt there'd be anybody that would agree with him on anything, even on the Republican side. And then, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, Vivek, the Indian guy. I listened to a debate, not a debate, interview of him. I think it was Tucker that interviewed him. And I was very impressed. And I thought, oh, there's another one I could take. So I wouldn't mind DeSantis, although I don't think he's quite ready for the big leagues, but I'd take him. I love what he did in Florida. Let's see, who else would I take? Vivek? I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. Love him. And I think that's about it on the Republican side. So about three candidates on the Republican side, one on the Democratic side. Of course, that assumes that he runs as a Democrat. You know, RFK Jr. is a Kennedy Democrat, which means in today's language, in today's environment, that's probably a middle-of-the-road Republican. There's no other Democrat that I would even look at for 2 seconds. But so things are looking hopeful for 224. What else? How many minutes are we at? That's 12 minutes. Wow, it's beginning to be a long video. What else? I started my playlist of 70s music. Oh, I'll just say this. Yeah, I love talking about 70s music, but I can't think of hardly much more to say by myself. I think a discussion would be more interesting. So if I can get a friend on to have that kind of a discussion with me, or talk about the 70s, or talk about growing up in the 70s, or talk about the church or in culture in the 70s. Oh, that's one other thing I will say. You know, I just hope that this time around, if Plandemic 2.0 hits our shores, that our church leader will do nothing but read the church's policy on vaxes, and I'm totally okay with that. It didn't change from before COVID, didn't change after COVID, and yet we have the letter that caused so much, what's the word? Shockwaves throughout the church. And depending on your stake president, is what I understand, is determined how much you heard that pounded from the pulpit. And I'm telling you, I was so uncomfortable for about 2 or 3 years at church. Every talk, every prayer, every lesson, It seemed. I mean, that's a little exaggeration. It seemed. FTP. FTP. Oh my heavens. I have a. It's attributed to Joseph Smith that was printed in the Millennial Star in 1852. I wish I could read it. It's on my phone. I wouldn't be able to read it now, but I mean, I have got that on my phone ready to pull out if things get uncomfortable at church again. It was the best combat of these people who are nuts about FTP. You know, I apologize, but those who I think of the song da 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 da. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there were those who were just nuts about that, and it was kind of disturbing. But anyways, I will leave it at that, and thank you for listening. Bye bye.